All right, we're going to get started here. Dan's got limited time today, so we want to get going so he gets his whole show in.
Those types of things. At what point did you realize that it was important to not do that and just let the soil do its thing from a biomass standpoint?
Well, some of that is, especially at the seed treatments and on the beans, and we're hopefully going to get away on the corn. It's just, you're killing beneficials, and the more and more we get into this soil health journey, and we need education. I mean, that's one of the big things. Is I didn't know that before. I moldboard plow years ago, and I didn't know. And I always was worried about seeing those earthworms out there and the seagulls taking them away and not seeing them anymore. It's education. So one of the things that's going to be really important, and especially we're lucky here in Wisconsin to have all these soil health groups and the DADCAP supporting us. Because when I was down in Iowa, they're getting money for groups down there, and it's going to take farmer-to-farmer contact and talking and support like today, and have these field days and show the farmers that you can do it, because they're just afraid to do it. I mean, everybody's so set in their ways, they don't want to do it. So, but no, the journey's there, and if by understanding the soil and what living soil is, you can start figuring that out for yourself, and actually, it makes, that's something we got to do, and we got to get up here and get more at these meetings and talk about what is living soil. And how we by introducing these chemicals, you're killing so much of the biology. Well, we got involved with a big watershed project, and they mandated covers on corn silage ground, not the other stuff. It was just on corn silage ground because, more of a bare soil coming early. So we started with oats, and then I got some cereal rye, and then having a private crop consultant, he got us involved in, well, let's just try no-tilling soybeans into that stuff, and we did, and we left it grow for a while. And I noticed too, when I started planting into it, it was so much more mellow. The ground is just like a fine granular in that, wherever the cover crops were. So seeing that, made a big difference. It's really nice soil to plant in. The beans came really good, so they kind of got us going. That was actually how it was. Like I say, about 20 years ago when we did that. So,
Tony, what about how do you terminate your rye? Are you someone that tries to kill it before you plant or after? Is it different between corn and soybeans for you?
Well, you want to terminate after. The worst thing you can do, I've never really terminated before, had that disaster, because if you terminate, especially if it gets quite tall and you terminate it, it'll start decomposing and go over, and it will create a substance as it decomposes, which is not detrimental to the next crop growing. And that you can use after your corn is up as a weed. That's actually what suppresses a lot of the weeds. So you want to plant green and then terminate after. Beans, you got a couple weeks if you want to wait, or if it starts to look like it's really going to be dry out, you can terminate it sooner. But corn's usually within the week after you plant it, and get it terminated. And but it's, I've noticed is the weed suppression is so much better with cereal rye.
So cereal rye is kind of your workhorse cover crop.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the other things, other cover crops that you use on your farm?
We tried, if we get we do have wheat this year, so we get the wheat off, we'll put like a 5 or 10 way mix in there and get that in there, and use that for, either we'll use it as feed if we need it, otherwise I'll just use it as a good heavy cover crop to get some biology going. And then a lot of it, if we can get it after soybeans harvested soon enough, we'll try to do at least a couple weight mix or something and get them in early. But we planted, like I said, this last year we planted the cereal rye right before the snowstorm in December. We had some work to do on some fields, and it all grows. You can bulk spread it, drill it, and we did it over frozen ground already. We bulk spread it, and it'll usually always come up, the cereal rye.